welcome back to Our Home on Lawrence. My name is Karin, and on my channel I hope to inspire you to create a home that is uniquely you using thrift store finds, budget-friendly decor, and DIY projects. So this week, guys, I have been in complete Christmas prep mode. That means that I have been shopping. I've not been shopping the big box stores though, not just yet. I'll fill in with things from there if I need to. But to start with, I went to a couple of new thrift stores and an antique store that I've always wanted to go to, but never had the chance before. And guys, I found some treasures. Some things that you wouldn't necessarily consider Christmas decor, but they're going to work beautifully with the design that I have in mind for this holiday season. So after I show you the shopping footage, we will come back here and I will show you all the treasures that I found, and I'll show you in a couple of instances how I plan on using them. So let's get shopping, guys. Okay guys, first off I wanted to share with you a few items that I've picked up over the last couple of weeks that I haven't showed you yet. So these are all prior to the filming that you just saw. So first thing I found was this bag of golden apples. They are all threaded. Let's see if I can grab one of them. I thought they were so sweet. I was telling you last week that we have a tree that we always put in our dining room that's sort of our kitchen themed tree. So I may use these on there. I'm not entirely sure. But there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think there's 9 total apples in this bag. And I paid $6 for this bag, which probably was a little high, but I thought they were beautiful. And they're going to be perfect for what I'm wanting to do this year. So I went ahead and grabbed them anyways. Then next, I found this little porcelain nativity scene. I thought it was precious. I'm always looking for little tabletop pieces that I can mix in with some of my bigger items. So I thought this was going to be really sweet. And along those same lines, I found this sweet little Santa. I picked him up for $1. The nativity scene was $1 as well. And he's got a little sack full of books and a doll. So I'm thinking he may go inside my cloche back here. I'm wanting to create maybe a little scene with a tree and some snow. And I'm thinking he'll be really cute in there. Then, this time of year, you know, we're all looking for red books, old red books. And this one was kind of special, honestly. I found it for $2, and it's Their Finest Hour by Winston Churchill. It's a book about the Second World War. And then this one was published in, I want to say, 49, I believe it was. Let me see. Yes, 1949. So I thought this was a great find. It was in excellent condition, and of course it's red, so I mean it works perfectly with Christmas decor. And honestly, I'll keep it out all year long. And then lastly, this Christmas I want to feel I love candlelight. And this Christmas I really want to embrace that. So you're going to see a lot of candle holders, candles all over the place in my decor this Christmas. So guys, when I saw this, I had to. I think I paid $6 for it, but it's gorgeous. I love this crystal center part. It's just so elegant. I've been using it on our piano for the last couple of weeks since I bought it. I think it's just gorgeous. But like I said, not exactly Christmas, but you're going to see some things like this in my haul today because I didn't necessarily want to find a lot of in-your-face Christmas decor. I wanted things that I could put tabletop trees in, you know, vessels that I could use to display those. I wanted to find more creative ways of displaying some of my Christmas decor this year, using things that I would use around the house all year round, so I didn't feel like I was just spending the money on Christmas decor. Okay, next up are some things that I found at a Goodwill that I hadn't been to before. It's in the next town over from where we live, and they had some great stuff. Once again, not everything was entirely Christmas per se, but it's all stuff that's going to go beautifully with the decor that I've got planned. So first off were these sets of candle holders. They're going to hold a slightly smaller pillar candle, which I loved because most of the ones that I have are either taper or they'll hold the larger one. So this will add a little bit more of interest and dimension, being able to use a slightly smaller pillar candle than what I normally use. And I got these for $3.99 for the pair. And they're a darker brass. I love the patina on them. They're so pretty. So I'm planning on putting these on the mantle. I want to do some sort of a candle display on one side of the mantle. So I'm thinking maybe elevating one of them with some books to give it a little bit more interest, and then of course mixing in a couple of other ones, but we'll have to see. Sometimes my ideas change on the fly as I'm going. And then another little candle holder. I thought this one was so unique. I've never seen one quite like it. It has a lot of rose detail on it. So once again, I know, not exactly Christmassy, but that, like I said, I was wanting to find items that I could use all year round, but would add to the Christmas feel that I was going for in the house this year. And then next, guys, I found another basket. I know, right? What is going on with this? This one was $2. And like I mentioned earlier, this year I was looking for specifically vessels, baskets, vases, anything that I could put my tabletop trees in. I've got a ridiculous collection of them, and most of them all have a burlap wrapped base to them, which doesn't really go with what I'm trying to do this year. So I thought I could put this inside of this. I thought that was going to be a really sweet way to display one of my larger trees this year. It's like it was made for it, honestly. Very excited about that find. And then lastly, I found this set of wood frames. Somebody painted them almost to look like concrete. I think is kind of the look it seems like they were going for. I don't know. But there's a lot of detail on them. And they were $1 a piece. And I always love to display Christmas sheet music, different pieces of artwork. Etsy this time of year has a lot of really great options that you can download and then have printed out at like your local store, at like your local office store, or if you have a really high quality printer at your home, of course you can print them yourself. So I'm always looking for frames that I can use in displays on my walls, on tabletops, things like that. So I think these will be perfect for that. So on to the next thrift store. At this thrift store, I found a few things that I can use for the Christmas tree, which I was very excited about. The first one was, I got this spool of red velvet ribbon. And guys, it's from Kmart. Do those even exist anymore? I feel like I haven't seen one since I was like 10 years old. It was marked at $2, but I got it for $1. I think all the Christmas was like half off. So this will be perfect inside of the tree for making ribbons, all kinds of stuff. The next thing I got for $1 was this sweet little angel ornament. She's got that pretty gold detail. I just loved her. And then I ended up getting a bag of these wooden, they were wood, but they're painted gold, musical instrument ornaments. There were 2 of each, so I'll just show you one of each of them. So there's this one. I didn't end up finding any horns like I was hoping, but I mean, these will go perfectly with them anyways. And then this one, I guess, is kind of a mandolin, maybe. I'm not always the greatest with my stringed instruments. And then there was one little drum. Now I accidentally dropped the bag because I'm a klutz. But the other piece that broke off just in one big chunk, so I can easily super glue it back together and fix it. But I thought they were so sweet. And then next off, not Christmas related, but sometimes you just have to get something. And I found a set of these sweet little tabletop lamps. I mean, how pretty are these? I had been wanting a little lamp to go in our kitchen for the last year since we moved here. And going to any of the bigger box stores, I just hadn't seen anything that caught my eye that, you know, I thought was special or interesting. And as soon as I saw these, I mean, it was over. I had to have them. There was 2 of them actually. They were both marked at $10, but when I got up to the counter, I'm pretty sure she marked them down to $7 a piece, which I mean, I feel like I would have paid the $10 for them, honestly. I know some people probably wouldn't have, but the style of them was just so perfect and exactly what I would have wanted in our home. So the other one is going to go in our bathroom. And they cleaned up so nicely. There was a little bit of rust around the top of these, but I was able to easily clean it off. So I'm very excited about those. And then lastly is a piece that I'm going to need your help identifying what it is exactly. It is this copper bucket with this sweet little blue and white handle, porcelain handle. I put, like I said, I was looking for vessels that I could put tabletop trees in. And this one I think is probably a little too narrow to put a tree in, but I had one of these large alpine picks from Hobby Lobby, and it fits perfectly inside of it. So I think that's what I'm going to end up displaying it with this year for Christmas. So once again, not exactly a Christmas item per se, but definitely something that I can work in to my Christmas decor this year. It also has this little lion on each side. So if you guys know what the original purpose of this is, I had no idea what it was, but I had to have it. It was beautiful. I think I paid $6 for it. Once again, maybe a little bit more than what you would want to pay at a thrift store, but I mean, to me, it just seemed like such a unique, beautiful piece. I wasn't going to say no. Okay guys, next up is some things that I found at the antique store that was behind the thrift store. I mean, that couldn't have been any more perfect. The first thing that I ended up grabbing was this sweet little Thomas Kincaid print in a little tabletop frame. I thought it was so sweet. This one, I believe the name of it is Stone Hearth Hutch. I'm guessing that that was the name of it. It's hard to see with the this little piece right there. But I thought it was so sweet. They had 3 different ones, but this little cottage was my favorite. So I think it will go perfectly on our end table in the living room. I think that's where it's going to end up. And then keeping with how I was saying that I was looking for vessels, anything that I could put my vast collection of tabletop trees into this year, I saw a few of these little copper tea kettles sitting on the ground. And this one in particular caught my eye because I knew it looked incredibly similar to the design of the one that I had from my grandma, which would be, hold on, this one. And it turns out the detail on the handles is identical. The only difference is that this one is a little larger and has, you know, more of that shiny copper look still, where this one is a little smaller and it's got way more patina. But I mean, I'm guessing that it has to have been made possibly by the same manufacturer, maybe, I don't even know, but it's almost identical. And the openings in these are perfect for these little trees. So guys, this is how I am going to end up displaying a lot of my tabletop trees this year. The majority of the ones that I have the burlap at the bottom, and I'm just not a big fan of that anymore. So I'm looking for anything that I can set them into that will elevate them, make them blend more seamlessly in with the decor items that I keep out all year round. And I just thought this was a perfect way to do it. And then of course, I put this little one inside of my grandma's kettle, and then I'm just tucking the burlap in. I suppose I could probably take the burlap off entirely, and I may do that, but for now. And this one will go on top of my grandma's hutch. I just think it's a really sweet way to elevate these little trees this year and make them a little bit more special. And then lastly, no, this is not Christmas related. I can't find any words to possibly convince myself that it's Christmas related, but I had to have him. Okay, guys, this is Mr. Franklin, Mr. Ben Franklin. Turns out that Avon did a collection of these. This one is Wild Country Aftershave. And I guess you can get Washington and Lincoln and Roosevelt, Jefferson, like a lot of those founding fathers. And it still has the aftershave inside of it. And I did open it because it's not so old that I was worried. And it kind of smelled like my grandpa. It was really sweet. So anyhow, I can't in any way, shape, or form make him be Christmas related. But he was marked at $60. And even the girl at the counter was like, wow, that seems high. But they are collector's items. Well, she gets on her phone and she's looking for a little bit. And then a couple of minutes later, she's like, would you take $10 for him? It's like, okay, yeah. I thought he was precious and I had to have him. And for $10, I wasn't about to pass him up. I cannot wait to go back to that store. There was so much beautiful pieces there. My husband even found a piece for himself. He found an old G.I. Joe thermos, just like one he had when he was a little boy. And he was so excited. The minute he saw it, he snatched it up and it was going home with him. It was so sweet. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching my latest video. I hope you enjoyed shopping with me and seeing all of the treasures that I found this time around. I am so excited to incorporate all of them into our home this Christmas season. I am hoping to have my first home tour video up, at least a part 1, by next week. We may be going out of town for a day or two next week, so I may have to, hustle on a few things, but that is my plan for next week's video. So until then, I hope y'all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.